Hello there! Happy holidays! So I've talked about every single Shrek sequel and crowdsourced remake in excruciating detail. But that doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet. In fact, we are lost in these woods! Because the Shrek lore runs deep, my friends. So much deeper than you could possibly imagine. I will not rest until every Shrek-related piece of media is thoroughly dissected and examined in excruciating detail. In conclusion, the remaining Shrek spin-offs will be hunted down and reviewed. But in order to do so, I need my apprentice, Darth Vargas, the guy who makes YouTube poops rise.
Why are we doing this Star Wars bit?
I don't know. I just for some reason felt like talking like Palpatine during this month of December 2019 in particular for no discernible reason.
Understandable.
So Shrek the Halls. Is it good? Is it better than Shrek the Third? Yes. It's just this charming... No, charming is a bad word. It's just this cute little additive. It doesn't need to exist, and it's pretty harmless on its own. It's just kind of the beginning of the whole ogre saturation of the Shrek franchise. It's not really smart enough to stand toe-to-toe with the Holy Trilogy, or even these gems, but it's still a moderately decent time.
After Shrek the Third came out, Shrek became a franchise character. The series was definitely popular with the first two movies, but once the third came out, Shrek was everywhere. We literally got Twinkie products with green ogre cream on the inside. Doesn't that just sound appetizing?
Actually, it's quite good on toast.
So with specials like Shrek the Halls, it was clear that DreamWorks was starting to milk the franchise for all it was worth. Does it hold up? Well, not to spoil the review, but no.
Shrek the Halls takes place in between Shrek 2 and Shrek Forever After, since those are the only two movies that ever followed the original Shrek. Shrek suddenly has kids now, which was subtly foreshadowed in this scene.
Well, I suppose that would be a fine place to raise the children.
And no other scene. So I'm okay with it suddenly being a thing now. Anyway, Donkey is really excited about Christmas, and Shrek, predictably, is not. This continues for a year until December 23rd, when Shrek is suddenly blindsided by Fiona's enthusiasm for Christmas.
No one here gives a hoot about Christmas.
A white Christmas! Oh, how perfect.
I'm sorry, did you two not even discuss the holiday? Fiona has done no decorating or planning of any sort the day before Christmas Eve? What are you waiting for?
Also, when was it established that Christmas existed in this world? Does the Shrek universe have its own version of Jesus?
I don't know, but like, Shrek has always played fast and loose with time like this, so it's not really that big a problem. It's not like the Ice Age Easter special. Really think about what's wrong with an Ice Age Easter special for a second here. So Shrek goes on an epic dramatic quest to the far, far away bookstore, which is a charming scene. I mean, a delightful scene. This is hard, honestly. I just instinctively write the word charming without realizing its negative implications, but I digress. So Shrek follows his little book in order to put on a great Christmas for his family. But then Donkey and all his friends come over for some wacky hijinks. It's a little irritating and a little cliche, but things pick up again when the gang start telling their own versions of the night before Christmas.
Indeed, this sort of storytelling, Treehouse of Horror-like aspect definitely works for Shrek, as the characters are so interesting, that hearing their version of the night before Christmas is very fun to watch and leads to some fun visuals and funny jokes.
Donkey's version is pretty enjoyable and filled with delectable food, including the actual funniest thing ever to 9-year-old me.
And a dancing roast turkey.
That dancing roast turkey is what dreams are made of.
Also, Shrek the Halls confirms Giant Shrek Float God, and I'm scared of that.
Then Donkey starts licking Waffle Santa's delicious oozing syrup as it trickles down. Oh wait, no, those are Shrek's balls, which does not sound delicious. And then Puss tells a story where he's Santa, and he also gets distracted by balls.
Boy, this special sure loves balls.
Whatever. The real star here is Gingy, who tells a horror story about how a giant kaiju Santa ate his girlfriend alive. It's honestly incredible. He sounds genuinely traumatized, which is delightful.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Now you know that's not how it goes.
You weren't there!
But then more wacky hijinks ensue and Shrek gets caught on fire. This leads to him performing the greatest tradition of all, kicking all the fairy tale creatures out of his swamp, fulfilling the prophecy once and for all so that the ghost of Farquaad may finally be sent to the Shadow Realm where he truly belongs. But Fiona was not amused. She thinks it's rude to throw everyone out on Christmas. Which it is, but it's still pretty par for the course with Shrek. How else would he react to a situation like this? And then, even though this isn't a feature-length movie, they go ahead and do the Hallelujah sequence anyway, which is the scene in every Shrek movie where there's a super sad song because Shrek is alone and about to lose all the good things in his life. Some cliches never die, I guess. Honestly, this was kind of comical, and it's probably for the best Shrek Forever After did away with this trend. How many sad posting hours can this ogre boy really take?
I know they're trying to show that he's learning what Christmas really means and all that, but how many times does he need to learn a lesson in humility? It doesn't seem like he's sad because he did something wrong. It seems like he's sad because he just doesn't want everyone to be mad at him. Interesting character choice.
So Shrek goes to apologize to everyone, and by apologize, I mean basically say, I'm sorry you were offended.
I'm sorry you took getting kicked out of my house the wrong way.
Yep, that's our Shreky boy.
Apology accepted. Let's go eat.
That is such a mood, honestly. But first, Shrek has to confess that he's never really had a Christmas before, because he's a ogre, and ogres don't do that. And this is apparently news to everybody? I don't know, I feel like Shrek's friends would already know this, Donkey in particular. Fiona chides him for inviting everyone over and putting this burden on Shrek, kind of like that bitch Peppermint Patty. And I know Donkey doesn't always respect boundaries, but I don't think he's this ignorant and dumb. Or rather, he wasn't during the first movie, and time has not really been kind to his character until the fourth movie rolled around.
And this is kind of why the special isn't able to get its message across, because you don't believe that Shrek was being too mean for his friends being there. You actually see why he is getting upset. They are literally trashing his house. Who are we supposed to be siding with in this situation again?
Regardless, we've wrapped up our nice little cliche resolution to our nice little cliche conflict, so let's have a nice little cliche ending. Shrek gets to tell his gross night before Christmas story, everyone sees Santa in the sky, Gingy gets PTSD, and they all live happily ever after until the Halloween special, I guess.
So, is this special awful? Not really. Is it that great? No, it's just kind of a mediocre, bland, run-of-the-mill holiday special. A special that has characters learning a lesson on Christmas and being all happy and everything works out in the end. The special also doesn't really do anything that funny. Most of the jokes rely on farts, burps, snot, and any kind of other bodily function that makes kids chortle with joy. Unfortunately, these jokes are not funny to people who don't find fart jokes charming. Damn it!
I mentioned this a while ago, but burps and farts used to have narrative purpose in the context of Shrek's stories. And that was fine. But using them as a primary source of humor? No thank.
I get Shrek is an ogre and he's gross, but these shouldn't be the only jokes you tell in this special. Some of the best Shrek jokes are based on character interaction, but since all the characters treat each other the same way, I guess that's out the window. Although, I do think the jokes with the pigs are pretty funny.
So, we are pigs. Pigs in the blanket, yeah? 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 So, this is funny then, yeah? Yeah, this is funny, yeah.
That was funny, wasn't it?
If there's one thing this special does pretty well, it's the animation. For a TV special, this looks really good, like on par with the films. The Christmas visuals look very warm, even if it's in a swamp, and you definitely feel like it's winter. And to be fair, this is one of the only spin-offs to actually get all the main movie actors for the roles, whereas other specials would usually have one or more of the characters be
Actors.
So on the whole, not a terrible special, but if you want a better DreamWorks holiday special, I'd probably watch something like the Kung Fu Panda or How to Train Your Dragon specials.
Don't worry, Isaiah. If this one didn't do it for you, there's always Donkeys Caroling Christmas-tacular, and Scared Shrekless, and Shrek's Yule Log, and Thriller Night, and The Pig Who Cried Werewolf, which was exclusive to Nintendo 3DS Video for a limited time. That is real. That is not a joke.
Jeez, DreamWorks, you really gotta branch out with your corporate shilling. Why can't you be more like Star Wars? Oh yeah, that's right.